All right. It's Tuesday, May 27th at 7:25 in the morning. Oh, just went off. Oh well. I pulled yesterday's workouts, the 26th workouts, which was Monday. It was Memorial Day actually. Well, I did not work out because of Memorial Day. But Sunday, over the weekend, I had a couple graduation parties to go to because a couple of my cousins' kids graduated. So, like I always said before, stick with keto, the modified keto, like I say. All day, every day, as much as you can. When you go to a party, sure, have a cookie, have a cupcake or something, whatever. But as you know, I've been having issues with a little more blood than normal in my ulcerative colitis over the past week or two. So, it wasn't so much the sweets, it was just not eating as clean as I normally do. The first party I actually ate pretty clean at. The second party was kind of a dumpster fire, but not that bad. But it was enough, you know. When you have a bowel issue, chronic bowel issue, you literally have to stay on your shit constantly. And I was already having issues before I even went into that nightmare. So Sunday night, I started prednisone and Bentyl, cycle of that. And usually when I start a cycle of that, I pull everything that day that I start the prednisone and then the next day to lock everything in again. So, and then I don't like usually working out too hard while I'm on prednisone just because prednisone replaces the cortisol in your body, which has a lot to do with breathing and heart rate and a bunch of other shit. Well, it makes your heart twitchier, you know. A quick movement like this wouldn't really spike your heart rate normally, but you know, doing something like this can actually pop it up 5 to 10 beats while you're on prednisone. So I don't like to push it too hard because, like I said, I can't really go over 150 heartbeats because of my iron and oxygen, fused rib cage. Having to flex my stomach muscles to do weight stuff, which I don't breathe as deep as you should. Even though I use oxygen, I still don't have the iron in me to move that oxygen around. So it's kind of catch-22, but I don't like to do anything more than like just a walk. And even today when I'm just going to do my walk today. I'm not doing abs being a Tuesday. I skipped bis and tris yesterday, which again is fine. You know, I usually just drop a week and then I crank it up next week again, depending on what my dosage for prednisone. I'm gonna do a mile walk regardless how long it takes me. I got to get the fluid moving. You got to constantly get the fluid moving. That's one of the huge benefits of exercise, walking. Again, the bazillion and one benefits of walking is to sustained output, get your fluid cycled up to a certain speed in your body, and it just continually replenishes and pulls toxins and everything at that certain speed you're walking. So that's why I like the treadmill, because you can set it at a certain speed and walk that speed. If you go walk outside, which is fantastic, I hope everyone walks outside, especially in the summertime, but your speed varies, right? You get a really controlled walk on a treadmill, and you can get your everything spinning in your body at an exact speed, right? You go walking around the block, yeah, you can attempt to keep the same speed, but you always vary. You literally can't unless you're a fucking robot. So that's why I like treadmills, and it's controlled. I can only do controlled exercises in a controlled situation. I can't go help a buddy move a fucking cabinet or something because awkward weight, you know, bleeding issues. If I dinged my leg, I'll bleed to death. All kinds of a bazillion and one things again. So controlled. That's why I do all my stuff in the gym here, because I can't go throw around some sandbags in the yard like some of these crazy people, or whatever. So yeah, it's just going to be a walk. I'm going to start at a certain speed, you know, maybe a little lower, work my way up to 2.7, more than likely. This round of prednisone hadn't been too bad. I usually start with 40 milligrams, do it for 3 days, unless it's a bad flare, then I do 4 days, then I drop down to 30 for 3 days, 20 for 3 days, and 10 for 3 days. And That's usually a perfect, but I started at 30 milligrams Sunday, and I did 30 today, and I'm gonna do 30 tomorrow, and adjusting how I feel on Thursday, I'll do another 30 before I drop down, but I'm probably just gonna end up doing the 3. So it wasn't a bad flare. I think I made an appointment from a doctor for tomorrow morning. And I sent her a message because I want to get a bacterial stool check just in case, because I was having all those issues, a couple weeks back even, all the way up until then. And yes, the PEMF device, like I talked about weeks ago, tweaked stuff, right? Yes, but I just want to cover all my bases, see if all the bacteria is going. I mean, I'm extremely anal, no pun intended, about keeping all the stuff that goes on in my intestines straight, with supplements, probiotics, prebiotics, postbiotics, you fucking name it, every biotic on the planet, I shove it in my damn mouth. So, I just want to make sure I got the correct bacteria doing its job in my bowels and not messing stuff up. And again, the hemorrhoid, that fucking bastard. The prednisone also fixes him. Doesn't heal him. Hey, why heal him, right? So, but it peels his ass back some too. And so that thing doesn't bother me for a while. If anybody has a hemorrhoid cure that doesn't involve going to the doctor, because I've talked about doctors, and it's again with my blood issue and stuff and my bleeding issue, I can't really on my warfarin, on the blood thinners, I can't do a lot of procedures. That's why I haven't done my legs, the veins in my legs, and clean those up with the laser shit, the laser vein crap. Because all that stuff causes clots, and well, my body's clot genes already clicked on full, so I don't want to go get something like this done to possibly help myself, even though I can mildly live with the damn thing. I live fairly good actually with them, but they're annoying, right? It's like when I had warts on my hands, right? They were annoying as fuck, but I can still live with the damn things, right? But so many things, and then your immune system's compromised and jacked up. So all these other little things, an ordinary healthy human can, is like, can be a, it can just act like a nightmare sometimes. So, but I'm going to get my bacteria checked. We'll see how that goes. So, all right, walk time. I'm going to get a mile walking. I better start now. I'm 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 8:15 in, yakking my brains out. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm going to do a mile walk because I want to get my fluids cycled. And, when I take 2 days off in a row, that's like pushing it, right? Like, I need to get my shit moving. So, without further ado, let's do this fucking walk. And I hope other people that watch this, if you watch it at all, joins me with a walk, or when I do my weights as well, join me with a walk and my weights. Get up, get moving, get healthy. I mean, it's kind of wild watching just over the past 15 years how overweight the whole population has gotten. It's almost sickening. I mean, come on, people. It's like, and the funny thing is about that whole thing is, everyone's scared of dying, right? Let me just make sure. Everyone's scared of dying. Yet these people are walking around extremely unhealthy, overweight, have no idea what's going on in their body for the most part. And then when these people are faced with something where they have to go to the emergency room, they act like they're fucking dying. Like they don't want to die, you know what I mean? Because no one knows what's going on until you get test results, and then even that's still iffy because it's a lot of guessing games with doctors as well. So just get healthy, and you just move a little bit during the day, and you don't have to worry too much, especially if you're healthy, about the fears of dying. Because nobody wants to die, but there's a huge fear behind it. And I don't do all this because I have a strong fear of dying. I do all this because I want to live as best the life as I can without relying on a handful of pills, pharmaceutical pills. Vitamins I'll take all day long, because the only thing I feel side effect wise from vitamins is good stuff. I feel good when I take vitamins. Anytime I take any pharmaceutical, there's always at least 1 to 3 side effects that just grind at you while you're taking the thing. And sometimes there's even a half dozen to a dozen side effects that just like bother the ever-loving hell out of you. And I don't know why people like to just trust doctors and take handfuls of pills and shots and everything. I'm forced to take one, my warfarin, otherwise I'd be dead. But it just takes a little moving. It's literally, if you watch my videos, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours is my workout. A healthy person can do my types of workout in like a little over an hour. A mile walk and half hour to 50 minutes of weight training. I suggest an hour of weight training because again, the more you keep everything cycling and moving, the better. If you got the energy, do it. Oh, plenty. But just and everyone says, oh, they're so busy all the time. Well, you know damn well, even if you're busy 16 hours a day, which even farmers don't grind 16 hours a day. Everybody can get at least an hour of workout in a day. Don't tell me you got this going, that going, you can't do this, you can't do that. I got a million kids, all these people use their kids in as excuse. I can't do it, I gotta run my kid here, I gotta run my kid there, I gotta run my kid there. You're not doing it all fucking day. The best time to work out is in the morning. Because if you do all your running around all day long, then you're going to be tired at night. So get your ass up an hour ahead of time. I'm usually awake either between 4 and 6, because everything in my life. And I get my damn workout in. And then you have the whole day and all night to just do whatever you want. And you feel better because when you get the workout in, it dumps good endorphins, pain relieving endorphins. You got your fluids cycled, your urinary system's working good because you got your fluid going, your kidneys are good, your liver, everything is like, your pancreas, everything responds good to working out. Sorry. When you leave them stand up, dust settles. You gotta blow the dust off before you spray it again. And sometimes you suck a little dust. That's why when you get these things, they wrap the top, and hygienic reasons. Again, I'm not advertising these for money. I wouldn't be able to work out with these things. Literally, I wouldn't be able to work out with these things. Well, my walks I could, and some free weight stuff, but being that my iron, my rib cage, my abdominal, I'm always, you're always tightening your abs up to do weights and stuff. So it also, because you have to force yourself, if you have ankylosing spondylitis and you're bent like this, you got that crunch in your back, you have to force yourself to belly breathe, right? Like when breathing is automatic for the most part, right? You don't think about it, you just breathe, right? Well, a lot of that happens inside your rib cage, right? Now when you take like a deep breath, it expands your rib cage, and because all your ribs and everything is connected by cartilage, which makes it expandable. Well, this disease fuses that up, so you're reliant on your stomach. Oxygen's a fucking pain in the ass for me, so. Alright, I better do this before I Piss all over myself again. Alright, I'm not wearing my Polar today because it's, I'm just getting a nice walk in. This is adequate and sufficient enough as long as I have it sufficiently tight, but not tight enough to reduce fluid flow, but enough to pull my heart rate off the optical. These work great. You don't need a Polar like me. I do it because I like as much accurate and correct results as possible. And these are really good, but this is better. So, alright, let's just do this. Indoor walk. Make sure, I need a new band here. This thing's barely like gripping anymore. Alright. And it's supposed to be cloudy and rainy for the next 2, possibly 3 days. Yay. And cold, too. It is 56 degrees out. Hey! It's, what did I say it was? It was Tuesday, May 27th. May 27th. It's cold. If somebody's seeding clouds or doing some shit to do this, I'm gonna fucking find you and ram your head into a brick wall. Alright, but if it's natural, I'll let it slide. Alright, I'm going to start at about almost a minute in here. I'm going to start at 2.5 and 2.5, and then we'll hopefully work my way up 2.7 and do a mile. So, here we go. 2.5. I don't think I really ever used the optical on this for the heart rate for working out. On my 10. On my 8 and 6 I have. I used a lot. But you gotta keep it a little more snug than I would normally keep mine because of my Polar. You know, because you're reliant on the accelerometer, so you want to tighten up for that as well as the optical heart rate. Should have brought my tablet here and watched the damn TV show. Or movie or whatever, part of a movie. Alright. One of the side effects of prednisone that I found out on myself is I already have problems with breathing. And it like feels like it squeezing my lungs, like it's weird. That's one of the big reasons I hate that fucking medication. But it's the only one that can fix me, so I've got no other choice. That or dead. So, prednisone, dead. Prednisone, dead. And still no cures. 2025, no cures. We got AI that's creating new rocket engines and shit. Artificial suns. Micro singularities, time crystals. We damn near have robots in our house. But we haven't cured anything. Shh. Not even a pill that gets rid of a common cold. Isn't that fucked up? Four beats. Again, how do you feel before, during, and after? Everything. Yeah. Quarter mile. I'm recording on this bastard too. Just to get another metric and see what's between the two. Get an average, like. And they fairly line up pretty decent for the most part. More bloat than normal. I have fucking prednisone shit. 10 minutes, I'm going to 2.6. Minute and a half. Damn haircut. Ah, that's another thing. "10 minutes. 0.6. Make sure you keep your arms moving. You gotta move the fluid up and down your arms. Half mile. I might do 30 minutes, we'll see though. 5 minutes, pop it up to 2.7 and run that for 10 minutes. The speed, not actually run. ...105 beats. A couple beats higher because of the prednisone. Thank God I'm not doing abs today. Oh. Feels like my ribs are digging into my organs really hard. Ah. .75, 1746. Eight o'clock, just rolled over. Feels like I got a really bad heartburn too, which I don't think I do. .107 beats. That's good. .8. Yeah, not being able to fucking burp again. 1 minute, 2.7. Again, we're not trying to whoop ass, we're just trying to circulate the fluid. Force it into the skeletal muscles. 2-7. 10 minutes. And then a 2-minute cool down. Maybe 3-minute. Being that I'm adding almost 10 minutes. Here, 0.982, 23 minutes normal stop time. Seven more minutes. Mile. minutes and 3-minute cool down. .251 miles. 1 minute left. Let's go to 1.8, 1.9. 1.9 for 1 minute, 1.4 for the second minute, and 0.8 for the third minute. Drop your heart rate slowly. Ah! Oh, I got a lightning bolt going through my old hump here, and whoosh! One 1.4. Oh man. Point 8. Done. It was like, this says 1.39, that was like 1.3-ish, a little under, I think. I was gonna say it, but I just get in such a routine, I just do what I do. Now, if it wasn't for this pain I got smoking through me, I could have walked another fucking, at least a mile without a problem, even with the warfarin, or prednisone. The worst part about the whole problem with prednisone, in my opinion, is sometimes when I get on it for a flare, really helps with all the pain. Like, I'm great. Don't have to take anything for pain. Literally nothing. Don't have to. It just for the week and a half, week to 2 weeks I'm on it. But man, sometimes it's weird. It's just sometimes it's like, and I take it, it almost makes the pain worse feeling. Because that good old hump on my back there, like, it feels like a lightning bolt's going through and popping right out my chest right here. But you learn to live with it. I think it has something to do with what it's doing to my breathing as well. It feels like an elephant sitting on my chest type of thing. Just the whole rib cage feels like someone dumped gasoline on it and lit it on fire right now. Oh well, gotta live with it, right? You can't really do anything about it because there really is nothing to do about it. I mean, everything for pain out there blows. And the one thing that helps pretty much at least 60 to 75% of the pain, opioids. and they're like the junkiest pill out there. I was on those things for over a decade. I won't get into that now, but yeah, your life goes by a lot weirder being on those things. Everything's duller. When I first came off those things, it was wild. It was like watching one of those TV shows going from black to white to color. Like, I paid attention hardcore because I just cold turkeyed it, right? I just didn't go anywhere. I just, cold turkey to here at the house. And it takes 7 to 10 days are like the worst. First 3 days blow, 5 days then blow, 7 days. And as you're rolling through 7 to 10 days, it basically you peel out of the shitty feeling, restless leg, and all that bullshit. And then after a month, you don't even know you even took the damn things. But it doesn't take hardly any strength to come off those things cold turkey. You hear people going and getting put into comas for a week so they don't feel the withdrawal symptoms. Oh, really? Are you that weak? Come on, people. But it was weird. It was like the whole time I was on those things for over a decade, it's like everything outside, all color was like dimmed dramatically. And I paid attention really hard because I wanted to know like how it messed with things, when I came off them. And it literally, like, everything brightened up. Like, it was so weird. Like, I came off it in basically when the trees were right before all the trees leaves fall off and they turn their colors. Everything like outside was so much greener, so much oranger, yellower, auburny, green, everything just like whoop. It's like someone cranked up the contrast on my eyeballs 1000%. It was wild. That alone makes me not want to take them again, even if it did help quite a bit with pain. It dulled your life big time. That's one of the huge dulls. Oh well, I'll show you my walk here. And as you'll see, when I got off it, it was about 155 active calories. And as you see, I did roughly about 33 minutes of a walk. And with the Polar, I would have been well over 200 active calories by now. See, it's 164 at 38:34, 93 beats. Beats are roughly about the same, almost 1.4 miles. So it's 164 active calories for that, almost 1.5 miles. The Polar would have gave me at least 200 active calories. But that just shows you how, the optical heart rate's great and everything, but you're reliant on these little green lights to, I don't know, what do they cycle? 1,000 times a second or some shit, or 100,000 times a second. I don't know, they buzz really fast and lock onto your vein and measure your heartbeat. But it's just not effective. It's not like the proven technology with the Polar that's proven shit. It's been used for God knows how long. It's just like those stupid electrodes they use in the hospital. So it measures that a hell of a lot better, more efficiently, which you burn more active calories. And I've concluded that over a couple dozen times. When I first got the Polar, I cycled it and checked it and cycled it. And you noticed that after this first, second, third time that it was not as good as the Polar was to get the heart rate. But also you're reliant then on the Bluetooth being connected to your watch as well. So I don't know, and movement as well, accelerometer in the watch, the more you're moving your arm, the more calories you're burning. It's just 1,000 little things in between all this shit. But I like using the Polar because it's more accurate. It's not because it shows I burn more. It's just more accurate. I've concluded a bunch of times. Anyways, instead of yakking for, an hour. It's rolling up on an hour now. Anyways, I gotta go sit down for a while and melt this pain away because my spine is like, feels like someone's grabbing it going and whacking it against the wall. Anything else? I was gonna say something else. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow to see about the bacteria issue. And I'm hoping I can wean and pretty much be on a much lower dose of this prednisone by next Monday. So when I do buys and tries and the rest of my weights throughout the week, I can jump up to medium weight, medium reps instead of low weight, lower weight, medium reps I was at. Just because you don't get a good workout when you're really low weights like that, but you get enough of a good fluid movement to where it helps. So what was I gonna say? I don't know. So knock on wood, I hope all this crap resolves soon, because I'm sick and tired of taking weeks off like this for this and that. But it does give my body a chance to heal up all the tendons and muscles that are sore and achy and stuff. You know, the prednisone pulls the inflammation out of it, but at the same time, the inflammation is what's trying to heal it too. So it's like a catch-22, but it does help. So get back to the weights next week, and yeah. So I'm gonna go relax and continually think about my bowels healing up faster and faster and faster and faster, so I can get back in here. I'll get back to my life, which it wasn't much of a life to begin with, but it was my life and I somewhat enjoy it. Anyways, everyone have a wonderful Tuesday, and if the sun kind of stays out, I will too.